Ladies and gentlemen, oh, what a night to be alive on a Monday night in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, man.
Hold on, wait. Good over there?
Hold on, wait. I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. It's off the hip. Chilling at the head of
Oh yeah, Chad, y'all see it. Welcome everybody in. Off the hip. December 8th, 2025.
The final Monday night before the final time is now.
That is right though. Oh smoke.
And if I may say, Raw was all over the place once again today, if you ask me.
Well,
Some good, some bad. Let's start with this right here. He has returned.
We got on the screen. Your eyes do not deceive you, chat. The Masked Man appeared tonight on Monday Night Raw. Not once, ladies and gentlemen, but twice. I had to take that off the screen because, you know, we got to show you guys our emotions, how we're feeling. Razor, I'd like you to start, bro. I want to hear your opinion. I feel like I've heard my own opinion in my head for the, you know what I'm saying? So I want to like get a different take of what I'm feeling right now before I let you know how I'm going.
You know, it's interesting because when we first saw this debut after War Games, we were all thinking, who could this be? What does this mean going forward? How does this affect the trajectory of things? And to see it twice tonight, I'm going to be honest, it kind of diluted it for me. Because is this just somebody that's going to come at the step of a finger to Logan Paul? Is it somebody that answers to Paul Heyman? Is this someone acting rogue? Like, what are we doing? Yes, as you saw earlier with the picture, we caught the Masked Man taking out Rey Mysterio because we were supposed to get Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor. I kind of was looking forward to that. We did not get that match. Instead, before that scene, we get a backstage segment with the Vision featuring Logan Paul. And dare I say, Logan Paul was still a little bit of a hissy fit, stating, "You see what Ray did to me? I gotta teach him a lesson." Was this the lesson, I guess?
There were definitely some blurred lines there because I felt like with that backstage segment, I don't know if you're alluding to that moment exact where they're like, we got to do something about this. We're going to handle this. So then you see the Masked Man appear in that moment. You're kind of like, well, whose side is he on? And I'm okay with that, right? We was questioning, oh, is he a Seth guy? Is this a Paul guy? Is this somebody just completely new, going to do something different? But like you said, it's a bit diluted when we see it twice tonight. And then I'm gonna be honest, the second time felt a little foolish to me, like stomping on the hand of LA Knight. It just felt a bit comedic, a little bit. Like it was kind of like thrown in your face to like in a way to be like, yo, don't think about this too much. You know what I'm saying? There's a Masked Man, there's a hidden identity, but it's not as important as you may think. Now I don't know if I'm off base for feeling that way, but again, like, and then let's just cut to it, right? Something you seen with your observation, something I seen. The body build looks a bit different tonight.
Homeboy look a little deflated.
That adds extra layers because let's say we're not overlooking that and there is something behind that. And it might be a case like Los
Now, I did say after War Games that Homeboy could have been having a couple layers on to make him look a little bit more brolic and bulky. That could still be the thing. However, from then and now, I don't know. I, I'm not as young as I once was, but he did look noticeably thinner than when we first seen him not long ago.
And again, tonight I could go and look at Grayson Waller's outfit and I can make an immediate match to the pants and the boots for me. But I don't think he would be the
He
man.
has a prediction.
Yeah. I don't think it would be him though. I think it's more like a bait and switch. I think they want to throw a few people out there, keep us guessing. But if it leads to more than one person under the mask, like we privately spoke about, Masked Man number 1 was at Survivor Series War Games. Masked Man number 2 was here tonight at Raw on Netflix.
So are we going the Conquistador / Los Americanos route, or are we going Aces and Eights route?
I'm just
You don't got to
interested.
answer. You don't got to answer it now. I'm just trying to just put that out in the ether because again, with this mass person thing, it could even go south. You remember Retribution?
Yeah.
It could be like that. Who knows? But there's many extreme avenues this could go. If it is more than one person, like I've said many times before, they need to figure out what the course of action is and tread very delicately around that because one move this way or that way, and like I said, we're immediately looking towards, oh, this is just another retribution. Ha 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 ha.
And it sounded like I spoke to you just before we got on the air. For me personally, I don't think like the list is getting very thin in terms of surprises that we could actually bring in. The legend list is thin, the free agent list is thin, the hot commodity. When you got WWE working with TNA, there's no real demand for like if they're already doing stuff, there's no demand like, oh, I want this person on WWE when now we're getting the crossovers. So it would like, and I think that's again why I said to you on the text message, they're trying to program us, not me and you, but us as the viewers to feel like, all right, listen, this isn't it's not gonna be as big, but it's gonna play a part in the story. And if it's done right, then I'm okay with it. What I just don't want is this to feel a bit real gimmicky, real
Oh, you
sidebar
mean, you mean like what they're doing
comedic.
now by assaulting our intelligence and having LA Knight go out there and saying, if that's Seth Rollins, I'm gonna have one hell of an aneurysm, or something on the lines of that. It's like to again, we all know Seth is banged up. That's no secret. He's been banged up probably most of his tenure with WWE to begin with. But that's a story for a different day. Point being, knowing that he's more than likely on the shelf, rehabbing that wing of his after he just had the knee issues, the back issues, you name it, whatever. Let the man heal up for once. Let this be something new. Instead of putting his name out there as far as it could be him, just let us wonder. Instead, you're going to insult our intelligence and say, "Oh, we hear Seth Rollins didn't have the surgery. Oh, we hear he's not wearing the sling." Do you guys really want to see a repeat of what he did to Punk? What was that? Was that also a Saturday's main event where he dropped the crutches? Either way, the show doesn't matter, but still. But do we want to see that again? My point is, identity is they're relying too heavily on repeating past successes, especially the recent ones that they deem a success.
The worst thing that can, to me, like if I'm thinking of all possibilities and outcomes that can happen, the worst thing that can this be is another member added to the vision that just isn't on their level.
Like a Sami Zayn.
I wouldn't say Sammy's not on their level, but it wouldn't make sense for Sammy.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like
And this kind of goes back to the build of this new individual because Sammy's a leaner guy, similar height, but a slimmer guy.
yeah, like let's say it is Austin Theory, but instead of aligning him with Seth, they just align him with the vision. I'm kind of gonna feel a little indifferent about it because I'm gonna be like, now, how is this relevant to the story? Is it because now you're gonna run with Austin Theory feels let down by Seth? He never lived up to his promises when they were together. Like, where are we going with? And I think we'll get our answers shortly. We just gotta wait a few more weeks until that anniversary episode of Netflix.
Hey, remember, after this weekend, it's all eyes on January, so we may get a response as early as Friday or it's coming Monday.
Yeah, I do say that I was a bit shocked to see the Masked Man have a feature in tonight's show. But again, it just felt like it was done with no disrespect to Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer. I love Rey Mysterio.
If you're going to pick a spot between this and the main event, I would have said one or the other, not both. And give
more so
open,
the main event would have made sense with how the rest of the match
yeah,
played out.
especially with what followed post match,
Yes.
which we'll get to that. But yeah, it's one or the other. I get it. They're trying to bump up the hype, get the views up, whatever for the TikToks and social media views and all that. But it's like it's just out there.
Yeah, like what if what if like if the Masked Man is some YouTuber that we don't know about that got a bunch of views, and there's no disrespect to that, but I'm just saying that it for a wrestling fan, it might be like, oh, like remember when they had KSI
I was
underneath?
gonna say, how tall is he? He's about Logan's height, right? I show Speed's a little too short and a little too. He's not that beefy. Still, he's still a little lanky. I threw out the joke before. Wonder what if it's Jake?
See, I love, and I haven't publicly said this, but I love my prospects. To me, it'd mean a lot if they really went the route of Brock Steiner, because it to me, I think it'd mean like we don't know the relationship of Brock and Braun Breaker.
And the cousins and all that.
Yeah, so they can paint that to us. However, there's no, I don't really see them in photos a lot and like hanging out like we're buddies, like we're brother, like you know what I'm saying. They can paint this picture like, nah, bro, we family, but you're on the other side of the family. Like yeah, my dad gave you an okay, but I never really liked you. Or it could be envy. You getting things I feel I deserve. Look at me, I'm in better shape. You know, whatever the case may be that he want to run with. But I would like it because honestly, Brock Steiner looks like a star to me. I'm gonna just say it clean cut.
So let's play devil's advocate real quick. Say one of the masked men could be one of the sons of Scott. Are we stating that Braun Breaker's getting kicked out of the division before Mania?
No, I just think it'll, no disrespect to CM Punk, it'll give him a real tough adversary. Like I feel like instead of going with Roman Reigns, they let Bronson Reed go with that. You know what I'm saying? Then now we waiting for Seth Rollins because Braun Breaker, he took out Seth Rollins. So when he comes back, they're gonna pick up business. But we still need something for now until Seth is cleared, right?
Yeah, and if we're talking Mania plans, I would not be opposed to seeing Roman versus Brock or Bronson. Or Braun. My mistake. Yeah, too many
'Cause My,
B's.
my idea with him is sure he hasn't hit NXT, but we don't know how ring ready he is or how ring ready WWE feels he is. That's one. Two, what if they don't even put him in the match? They just have him out there learning, seeing, watching while you know what I'm saying? While he's in the PC, actually learning the ropes over there.
Do you remember those old programs from like the old like Raw SmackDowns to where you have the quote unquote hot new free agent up in the press box in a full suit just kicking back watching the show?
Yeah, I mean Scott Steiner was like that. They was going crazy trying to sign him.
And Lord knows, Bischoff and Stephanie gave the farm and then some to get his services.
So yeah, I think it was definitely a moment. Let me put it up on the screen one more time in case anybody's popping into the chat a little bit late. We're already 15 minutes out. I appreciate everybody out there. We got 26 out there watching live. Appreciate you. The price is going up. Got the mask man right there taking out Rey Mysterio. Poor Rey Mysterio, man. What did he have to do? Why he had to fall casualty to this storyline?
I don't know what pissed me off more, this segment or the fact that it took LA Knight 100 years to make his ass out there. To after Logan Paul's damn near in the back, say, "Oh no, you ain't going nowhere. I'm not done with you yet." Really?
But in a sense of continuity, I do grade WWE in a good light for stringing the show. Like it didn't feel like how I feel about the other shows. It wasn't great, but it was watchable.
It was digestible. It was watchable for the most part. There was effort in today's show, which I'll give them that.
So let's get into the beginning. Let's start from the top there, man. We had Gunther open up the show tonight.
Oh, I love
Tell
that.
us on Saturday.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest real quick. I loved the majority of it. There was a couple parts I could have done without.
The Break Your Spirit, take that out the promo. Everything
I love that.
Loved it.
I love the Break Your Spirit part because I first off, that promo did not need to be as long-winded as it was. He could have just kept it short and sweet. Maybe he was trying to just stretch out as long as he could. They just told him to just maximize the time. I don't know. But he could have just let off with, "I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to break your spirit." And like he kept touching on, I'm going to make you do the one thing you've never done. Give up.
That's the thing. I didn't enjoy how he let off by saying, "I'm gonna do something no man has ever done," and then break your spirit.
Yeah, he should have said, "Well, no man's run is break your spirit." That should have been the one line as a whole.
Right? Yeah, it's like one or the other. Because then now it made me feel like, yeah, I don't want to fact check Gunther, but I'm pretty sure Cena done maybe tapped out before.
He's tapped out 4 times. I can't remember who. I know Benoit's got one. Angle's got at least one, and I forget the other ones. Jericho might have one.
Brock with a Kimura? No.
No, I don't. No, I think Cena would have been on the other show at the time or doing a movie when Brock was running on with the Kimura. But yeah, I'll figure that out. But
once he got to the end of the promo, because I had a few of my people listening in the chat, and when they got to the end of the promo, everybody's like, "Okay, yeah, Gunther, we like that. We like that energy." So I give it to Gunther for him being in the crowd chanting, "We want Cena," and him with the rebuttal, like he's not gonna be here tonight. Too bad. Classic hit.
Cena has tapped out 4 times in his career, and I was right. Jericho's got one, Benoit's got one, Angle did it twice.
Okay.
And again, pretty high company. If you're gonna tap any guys, Benoit and Angle probably 1A and 1B.
all submission specialists.
Yeah.
That's why it's gonna be interesting to see. That's another thing too, because it's like I feel like Gunther has been selling us the past few years on him becoming the submission guy, where he'll like end the match with a sleeper. We've seen this version of I guess the commentators called it a SCF view. It didn't look like it; just looked like a version of a crossface to me.
Yeah, I've heard a modified crossface. It kind of looks like the old Bulldog choke.
Yeah. But one of the commentators went to STF, I guess because he's gonna fight Cena. They try to like spin it like, you know what I'm saying? But so he's playing this up. We've seen him do Boston Crabs. So I like that. This can also, I know I was just saying how, Gunther's up in age, but what this can do for him is solidify him as a submission guy now too. Like we've seen it with him and Jay, and this could just, if he pulls out a new submission, he could be one of them guys now.
Or, hear me out, if this is an absolute one-sided just Gunther put on a clinic masterclass, this cements why we need Gunther versus Brock at Mania because
I think it's gonna. Yeah,
because we all know Gunther's wanted this match for ages, and now that Brock is back in the picture, we can make this a very much real thing.
I'm not gonna
Let
lie. My
Gunther,
mind is set up. That's Brock's retirement match. Gunther.
even if it's not a retirement match, that's kind of what needs to happen. And this match will cement that because Gunther could just mop the floor with Cena, show up on Monday. I told you what I was gonna do. I am the best. I am the most dominant, the most lethal. And then he just slowly starts poking the bear at Brock, and then we just set the table for that.
And just think too, because look, I know we talked about wording on the last show, and I wouldn't say Gunther retired Goldberg. I wouldn't say Gunther is gonna retire Cena. What happens or what's happening is that Cena's having a retirement match. What happened with Goldberg, he had a retirement match. So they were gonna retire regardless. What we can't say is Gunther beat Goldberg in his retirement match. What we can say is Gunther's potentially going to beat Cena in his retirement match. And imagine if he gets Brock in a retirement match where he got these three, the big kahunas of their Goldberg, Brock, and Cena
Let me
under his belt.
rewind real quick. You said a little something called wording, okay? At the start of Gunther's promo, how magnificent would it have been if he just let off with, this Saturday, December 13th, I have the greatest honor in my career to put another legend behind the pasture and take him out.
Remind us of that you're putting down. You're like the modern day legend killer, but you're not just beating them and they stick around. No,
you were taking him out. You were like he put on, like you said, he's gonna take the life. He's gonna watch the life leave his soul. He's gonna beat him up that bad. He's gonna hurt him that bad.
Taking him out to the good old shed, so to speak.
The old Yeller treatment, when we used to call it.
And I can't lie, like Gunther, he does a great job of selling himself, and then within doing that, sold me on. It reminds me, okay, yeah, I actually don't mind this. So I mean, I'm cool with the way that the show opened. We got that moment, the vision backstage that we spoke about with Logan Paul. It led to that moment with the masked man later on, but right before that, we had gotten Io Sky and Kairi Sane. How you felt about that? I thought it was cool. I'm just like, I'm kind of over that whole.
Again, the matchup is fine, but this is very redundant now to where it's beyond meaningless.
The friendship circle is taking me out. Like, I just want it to happen already. Like, this isn't like a main event story that we have to, like, we're about to have Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest tag up on Smack. We can skip by all of this.
You can skip that mixed tag match. Ask me.
Yeah, we can skip that too. I agree.
Instead of all this, let's have Rhea lock horns with Jade Cargo. Let's get her some reps. And let's get her better. Let's get Rhea locking horns with Tiffany. Let's get her better. I don't know. What do I know?
Again, we just hit a question, make I mean, I don't expect to get answers, but like through the programming, see if we reached out to them somewhat, because again, we take one step forward, 2 steps back. Sometimes it'd be even 4 steps back, to be honest.
Speaking of 4 steps back, where the fuck was Ivy now today?
I've been reading. I don't like to believe everything I'm reading. I hope the Creed brothers and Gable on the way back. I've been missing them on TV. We can use them as a tag team. Speaking of tag team, let's get into the tag team match after all of the masked men, after the woman Io Sky picked up the victory.
This is the part where it seemed like the show started like picking up again. Like stuff got very interesting here. A whole lot interesting.
Oh yeah, and I think that's why I enjoyed the pace, because you opened with Gunther, okay, then you gave us the females, and then like you said, picked up the pace. Usually we'll get like some high opening, like, and then die us down. I liked how this was kind of like Y'all ain't go on the high immediately. Y'all kind of soothed us into the show.
This was perfectly akin to that famous phrase. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, listen, I've heard the critics. I've heard the why does the War Raiders get a tag team championship match? How did they qualify the last time? And I understand it. I'm not
But
casting
all this
anything on
at
that.
the same time, there's no one left in the division. The division's done for, kaput, blah blah blah. Before we get into that, again, I thought the matchup with Dragon Lee and AJ Styles versus War Raiders, Viking Experience, War Machine, whatever you call them, I thought it was fine.
It was great
Again,
to me. I don't want to say great, but in all the lackluster stuff, it was great to me. I honestly, I felt it was great.
and
I
also
enjoyed the spots.
and I think we're probably more understanding because we know how great this tag team can be if you actually gave a damn about not only them as an act in the War Raiders, but as the division as a whole. It's a very talented division.
It's always a treat to get to see Ivar be so athletic as a big man, and then the striking abilities that Eric has, and then seeing him and AJ go back and forth with like, oh, it was just it was like, damn, I didn't think I needed this.
What I didn't think I needed was Kofi and Woods on the back just cheering on the Vikings. Kofi was ready to run through a brick wall today, folks.
Gotta hook his leg. Yeah, I mean, they
Come
was
on,
crazy.
get him again. But and also another thing, like
The New Day has been fun to me out there. I like how they was able to.
and then again, just with AJ, phenomenal doesn't even this man is damn near like Benjamin Button. Is the older he gets, the more younger he looks in the ring. And I don't know if the Stu just got the perfect angle, but I wish we got an extra shot on screen of that phenomenal forearm to Ivar.
Bro, it looked beautiful. I said the same thing. I said that move never gets old to me. That's the one, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Styles Clash looks good, but not everybody got the height to take the move the right way. It just looks bulky sometimes.
And then respect to the other camera crew. We can see why Cena picked Stu as his favorite because that man just boom money shot.
Bro, it was picture perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was picture perfect. And I like how like a dude like AJ Styles, classic, bro. He got multiple finishes.
Mm-hmm. Styles Clash got the forearm, got the calf crusher. Got some everybody.
Yeah, like the 450 splash. I'm not sure if he's ended, but I felt like I seen him end with the 450 off the springboard. Could be wrong though. But yeah, that was a hell of a match. Then we get Saturday night main event announcement. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee gonna take on Leon Slater,
the new X Division champion, and
the young OG.
Dare I say, a future W champion in his own respects, the young OG Javon Evans.
Them dudes, man.
And also a quick fun fact for us internet wrestling, whatever you want to call us, whatever. This weekend you will have the inaugural X Division champion and the current X Division champion sharing the ring for the very first time on WWE programming.
The price just went up.
But we can't get AJ and Tina for crying out loud.
I mean, it's looking like Saturday night main event is shaping up, though. So
it's not a bad looking card. I hate to admit it.
And I like how usually things that come together on a short like this, it's usually not hitting. But to me, I kind of enjoyed how everything played out down to when Cody had that moment with Ricky Saints and Obafemi. Now Obafemi and Ricky Saints got something. Not to say they needed something more to fight for, but hello. Ain't gonna be no more odds than on Saturday. John Cena's last match, Saturday night main event, Washington D.C., December 13th. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to.
Did you see Obafemi's promo to Cody?
No, I didn't. I missed it. I'm gonna have to. I need to see this.
I'm gonna paraphrase the best I can. When the dinosaurs had needed a challenge, the world presented a meteor. When man challenged the Old Testament, God sent the flood. Cody, the world is sending you the ruler to take you out.
Mm.
And of course, I can't match that gravitas that Obafemi has, but it's just the way he just compounded that promo. He's making it seem like it's a big money fight already.
My brother
Now, I
Rep
would
in
have
the building, man. Appreciate you, family. Come on.
appreciate you. Now, again, me being a fan of the history, I wouldn't have been opposed to Ricky versus Cody, but Oba versus Cody seems much more appropriate. Because if you throw Rick in there, you can see how the internet would try to throw the anti-AEW stuff all over that. It's like, nah. Ricky and Cody, they'll get their time down the road, but right now, this is Oba's time to shine.
It makes sense though. Like the way that my mind works, if it's done this way, as to where the loser of the match, they're gonna get called up. Right? That's just how my mind works. Like there's no real
That's been the big rumor. Because that's why a lot of people thought Ricky was gonna win because Oba's got nothing left doing NXT. Well, he won the match. And as we learned very recently, post deadline, it's going to be Oba Femi versus Tony D'Angelo and or Javon Evans.
But you know what's one thing that I had to think about, and maybe it's unrelated to WWE programming, but Ricky Saints, he's no stranger to dealing with big stars. The company he came from, he was in a lot of programs with high profile names. So I think like if we look at maybe Obafemi, yeah, he's big, his ring, he's good, but maybe there's still maybe something more he needs to learn. As to where Ricky, we could just kind of insert him now and throw him into some other programs here and there and stuff like that.
Now, folks that are watching real quick, once we're off the air, please watch that segment between Ricky and Copeland and that little fun little back and forth.
There you go.
Now, granted, it didn't do Ricky no favors down the road over there, but it bust that door went up for him over here.
And listen, I came across something on my YouTube algorithm. It was like somebody put this compilation of The Miz. And I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how he was able to like not get in trouble, but half of the shit he was saying to the Roman Reigns, to John Cena while they're in the ring with him.
To Daniel Bryan on that Talking Smack episode 10 years ago. We're coming on the 10-year anniversary for that.
Did you hear Daniel Bryan on CVV? He kind of killed the lore a little bit, but I still respect it. You know, him and Miz basically planned that angle out, but that's how great they are, though. I'm not going to let it kill the lore. That's how great.
I mean,
but for everybody else to not know,
in hindsight, seeing what we saw, and again, it's obvious how close they've gotten over the years. It's refreshing that it wasn't as deep as we all feared it could have. It actually was, and him bringing that to light. Okay, maybe they were cool behind the scenes, and that's more of a notch in the cap to how great Miz was as a heel,
and the fact that Daniel Bryan caught that audible right there because he's supposed to hit Miz, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna walk off and let him keep doing him. Because that's one moment that stood. Like, I remember when I was like, no, ain't no way Daniel Bryan just walked off he really just walked off like that. And it just added to the more like
it made it real.
Yeah.
And to this day, it's easily one of Miz's best performances in his career. Not his matches, is one of his greatest performances.
And we know that Ricky Saints has that passion. We know that he got that ability to cut them type of promos. And we've seen it before. We've seen some of it in NXT. Just imagine if he got the free reign. Like, I think one of his last promos that he had cut, I couldn't remember if it was against Ethan Page. I think it was against Trick Williams. It might have been Trick Williams. When they were sitting at the table. Oh my God, he was cooking up. Cooking.
And Ricky could be one of those guys. Now, again, he's not that young either, but with the time you have with him, he could be one of those individuals that both as a white meat baby face and a straight up chicken shit heel, he could probably one of the upper echelon guys on the mic.
Man, so I think it made sense for me at the end of the day, like if they were going to go that route and call up. So I like how the build for Saturday Night Main Event, even though it felt kind of random. Oh, how they going to bring up? Because I was hoping they didn't just announce names. Oh yeah, we're going to have.
I mean, they kind of did, but I mean, with what they kind of threw out that had is like, okay, this is actually not that bad.
But so far, it makes sense. We got the heavyweight champion versus the heavyweight champion. The tag champions versus what could be tag champions.
And then you have essentially the present versus the future in Bailey versus Sol Ruka.
Mm.
I'm not letting that match go unnoticed either. And
Yeah,
then, of
that one.
course,
That one
the
kind of
marquee
went
match.
over. Man.
Again, Saturday's going to be a fun night.
Yep. So moving past that, we had got Stephanie Vaquer come to the ring. We had something else?
Whoa. Time out. Flag on the play. We forgot the piece de resistance from the tag stuff going on.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because
that's right.
yes,
the
of course.
Usos come.
Let's let the table real quick.
Right.
Let's let the table, my brother. Yes, after amazing, phenomenal form, we see AJ Styles and Dragley pick up the victory to where the New Day kind of like implies, hey, they want another shot again. Next, we hear the song of Mr. Yeet Man. To our surprise, because this time last week, he was throwing a temper tantrum in front of Miss Jackie O, if I'm not mistaken.
He was destroying the ring during the tournament, all kind of stuff.
And this is, I wasn't a big fan of this in the very beginning because it's like, again, he went from crying about this, oh, Roman's better off with the belts, to being okay with being back in the tag team picture. Like, all right, whatever.
Nah, but my thing was like, I hate how they just flat out. It's not so much. It's just straight up like, oh yeah, well, we was losers over here, so we're gonna come back over here where we was raining down. It's like, damn, like
Big Jim, bless your heart. You could tell he was trying with that promo. He was trying his ass off.
They didn't give him much to work with because it's like it's a bullshit basis to go off of. It sounds like
family, we taking L's. We took an L at WrestlePalooza. We took an L at War Games. My brother took an L for the world title. My brother took an L in the John Cena Last Time Is Now tournament. What are we gonna do? Really?
And then I'm not gonna lie, the way that Xavier Woods been taking care of his body, I feel like the New Day could beat the Usos now in terms of like how they could go in the ring.
Yeah, this is definitely different unit. But before we get into that, the energy that Jay brought in that 2-3 minute promo that he had just popped off at everybody.
Oh, he was in the back of the line.
That was the energy we needed all year long. That right there.
But that was been my problem with Jay the whole time. In the heavyweight division, you had no confidence. It's okay to have confidence with your brother. I'm okay with that. But you're not being what you just said. You're not being that when you need to be that in that moment.
Like I said, where was this 2-3 months ago? Where was this beginning of the year? Yeah, we saw a little bit after the Rumble, but where was the rest of the year? Now that you're back with your brother, okay, it was cool, whatever, but come on, Jay. You better.
And then there was even instances where Jimmy was still by him trying to like cheer him up, like, nah, you got this, Oos. And Jay, they still have him like selling himself short. Now it's like we back to the tag team.
But again, I'm gonna keep it positive. Jay, again, he was in his bag. Looked at AJ and Dragon Lee. You don't know us, but you Badu. Looked at the New Day.
I'm gonna be honest here, and listen, I'm not trying to like, you know.
He said, "Fuck the positivity, people."
Yeah. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I like my Usos, my bloodline. I just wish that the story was nurtured a bit more better, because what I feel like is we're prepping up for the bloodline to get the titles back under the face conditions, and it's just like, bro,
but
are they the bloodline? Right? It's just like,
are they even faces?
I don't know. I would say that with the
who's to say they ain't working for this guy right here,
man.
Again, knowing TK now how they moving, we could be spot on or we could still be dead wrong.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me how like things weren't like earned. I'm gonna be honest, you just throwing yourself in the matches.
Yeah, but unfortunately, again, you've already ran through the whole division. You had to go dig a team back up just to give AJ and Dragon something to do, just to give the New Day something to do. The only way I'll accept this run by the Usos is if it means we're getting a match I've been calling for a good minute, and that's the Usos versus Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. That'd be the only way I'll accept this tag title run by the Usos. It's probably not likely for a good while or at all, but what else is there?
I'm not sure. It's like this segment made me feel indifferent. Like I was excited to see Jay on that timing,
It was
but then
nostalgic.
yeah, and then when I snapped back, I'm like, and I'm realized what's going on.
And was that around time where they did the what a salvage the whole run of bad thing is if they play a Jay's music, they just play a day one ish. Because that was the cadence that Jay had and that what Jim was trying to get back into. Let's just go back to that version of the Usos, and that'd be a whole lot easier for us to forget what we currently see. Not the yeet stuff or whatever, just straight up locked down, locked in. We knocking out all bums. Can we just go back to those Usos? Is that too much to ask for?
Listen, I'm not trying to just be disrespectful here.
I
I'm not
want to be though.
I'm not sure if it's something that can be done or it could be worked on, but conditioning. I feel like what damages some of these tag teams at the later stages of their career, they don't move with the same oomph that they had when they were young. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now, what are you doing to remedy that? Because you're doing the same stuff. Like the Hardys, I hate to say it, like I love the Hardys, but sometimes even they joke about it, like Jeff ain't giving out swantons no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like things get a little more clunky. You got to learn how to move around. I just feel like the Usos, like again, I look at Xavier Woods and Kofi, like the only reason I feel like they're not placed in a better position is because the story's not there for them. But in terms of shape, like dudes are taking care of themselves.
Well, that's the other thing. If you really want to look down the history of the New Day, there's only one name that stands right next to them. That's the Usos. Those five individuals become Big E as well. Their their entire legacy is intertwined with one another
But that's what I'm
because
saying. When
of
they were
back and forth.
younger, the Usos, they could carry that weight and move and still do youthful things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so what difference does 3.5 years ago make then?
You said
What
what?
what what about 3.5 years ago when they broke New Day's record for the longest title reign?
We weren't seeing this many slips from like Jay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jimmy's still trying to find himself too. Like this whole separation thing, kind of like,
Well, and also Jim's had the injury bug too.
yeah.
So, but again, it's like we talked about, the best way to remedy that is just get the reps again. So, like I said, if the Usos are locked in for good this time, then AJ Dragon Lee and the New Day does more than hefty competition to see where they stand amongst the rest of the ranks, and then we can only hope for the best. I'm not the biggest fan of this is how we're getting Jey Uso back on track, but what else are we gonna do?
I'm gonna just come clean too. After all the shenanigans that they did, had Jey Uso win the championship, the tag championships with Cody. Therefore, now he has one more than his brother off rip. I don't really care to see them become champions.
That's fair.
It just, like it's just gonna always feel. I'm gonna feel like dang, like damn, like they did Jimmy a little dirty on that. Like
Hmm.
I understand giving Jay the singles run, give him the IC, give him the heavy, but then you even gave him a tag team with somebody else.
At the time with the op,
So that was a bit weird for me. So to now to see them, it's kind of like they don't have that same I don't know what's the like word I'm looking for, but they got to get it back.
That's what I'm saying. Like since WWE wants to rely on past glories, you may as well dig up the Uso Penitentiary.
And then that's another thing. At first, we never seen nothing like the Usos, like Roman Reigns. And for our generation, if you some watched, they seen the Rikishis, the Rock, but a lot of the newer audience, they seeing Jay Uso, Jimmy, and Roman. That's the Samoans that they know. Now you bust open the doors. There's a Solo Sikoa. Jacob is lighting up the scene. So it's kind of like you got to step your game up, but just a smidge. Again, not trying to be disrespectful, but when it's this much litness in the room, you want to keep your name. You don't want to slip down.
You gonna stir up the OG again. You gonna get Rikishi going now.
Hey,
talk about my boy now.
You know what they said, man. Pressure could either do two things. It could either burst pipes or create diamonds. Yeah, like so. Nah, man, it's that's what it is. It is what it is. Like me personally, like if I'm slipping in it, and my folks, if I got people close to me, I would want them to tell me, "Yo, listen, now you gotta work out with Seth Rollins, man. Go do that CrossFit with that guy. Go
right."
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like we gotta do. Call up DDP. We gotta get the yoga right. Like we gotta
go do some Celtic Warrior workouts.
I'm saying like the travel dates are reduced.
I mean, also that whole roster, they're about to be up in 2 weeks for Christmas.
Except minus if you're talking overseas, then I could see that scheduling being hectic. But once you back in the States, it's kind of like
it's not really too. Are they doing house shows over there too? Maybe
nah, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of how the travel feels like. You know, one day they might be in Belgium, and then they gotta fly out the next day to for even though they're gonna do the show next week, they might just the travel. So okay, but now when you're in the States and the travel's not that hectic, where you could just go to the gyms that you mess with in each city or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, I'm not on the road. I don't know. I'm just throwing out things to, see what we could get longevity wise so that everything looks good, man. Everything look good out there. Oh, you see LeBron James, he want to play year 23. He ain't out there looking like how Kurt Thomas was. Respect to Kurt Thomas. Beast for the Knicks and the Bulls. Love Kurt Thomas.
You see what the Indianapolis Colts just announced earlier today?
Nah, what they on?
So since Daniel Jones is out with a torn Achilles, and Anthony Richardson's still out with a ruptured orbital bone, they hit up Phillip Rivers to come out of retirement.
I don't be surprised by that.
And also because their third string emergency quarterback, he got hurt in practice. So their only backup quarterback is a receiver. You gotta keep yourself healthy, folks.
Yeah, man. Like it is what it is.
You just never know when you'll get that call one more time.
Yeah, like there's some things about yourself that you can't help. Like the grades are gonna kick in, right? Like those are gonna kick in. You might get a little extra fat around certain areas, but you could just tell when there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, okay, you're not really giving some time. You could do something. Like even when Jacob came onto the scene, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
looked amazing. Like
Sheamus when he came back, how quick he shed that weight.
Yeah.
Or hell, Randy when he came back from injury, he came back bigger than he's ever been.
Absolutely. Seth Rollins when he come back, Roman Reigns when they come, Brock Lesnar.
Well, I don't know about Roman.
He looked a little small.
He's getting tiny now.
That might be part of his new regimen, though. It could be like, that because I do believe that, like, let's say when LeBron, they was billing LeBron at 265, like, oh man, this guy's a freight train. He's running around at 260. Now it's like, dude, like he right, like he, you know what I'm saying? Like 230.
Zion's pushing 3 bills and he's hurt again.
Me and Cap had a conversation about that the other day because I'm like, we could talk about players bulking up, right? Oh, they don't work on strength training, but is it really that, or is it the pace of the game? The game is so fast now. It's like wrestling. Like if you go watch 90s wrestling, you're gonna see the cruiserweights moving as fast, like the Takamichi Nuku's, the 1, 2, 3 kids.
Or hell, even the cruiserweights 15, 20 years ago, you were trying to have guys like Kurt Angle. You had Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe in the X division. That was more so for cruiserweights.
It's like I don't know, man. So the more the things speed up, I feel like it's more wear and tear on the body. Like it's just more repetitions in one setting, in one session. If you talk about wrestling or sports, I'll make the same analogy. If you talk about possessions in the game, it used to be 80 possessions in a basketball game. That was anywhere up to 130, 125.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive jump. And then you talk about wrestling moves. Yeah, you'll go from the graps and the brawls to how many actual moves were done in the match to now.
Yep.
You know, like the graps are gone. The playing into the crowd is gone. The psychology is gone a little bit.
And
how much shit can we get in sometimes?
Yep. And the speeded things up. It seemed like the next segment we sped up to an alternate universe to where not a whole lot made sense.
First, let's cover the Stephanie in the ring.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought you was gonna get to the after that, the Roxanne and the
no.
Okay.
No, but that ties into it as well. Again,
yes,
Stephanie cuts a very good promo with her ever so improving English. Nikki comes out and yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that part was so forgettable to me that all I remember from that segment is Raquel coming out. And I was like, okay, this is something, because I feel like Raquel, to me, I've been wanting her character to take a jump. I've seen the progression. She's always doing new things whenever she's out there. Her gear, her demeanor, the mood, whatever it is, she's looking to improve. I give her thumbs up grade on that. Now,
and I liked how she let off with, remember the last person that took you out? You're looking at her.
Saying though, she's very, it draws a lot of comparison to Diesel. Like, yeah, I'm Shawn Michaels' bodyguard, but I'm more than just that. I'm the reason why
I can get down too.
Yeah, like you look at it, like I'm the reason why he keeping that thing. And then, like, so I like that she even, like, we could jump to that backstage segment real quick. Liv is like, oh, you didn't tell me you was doing that. Then, I didn't know we had to run things by you. Everything by you.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Now, did you happen to catch Dom and Roxanne's face when Raquel uttered those words?
Bro, I feel like everything stopped. Like, everyone's
like,
¿Qué pasó? What happened? Yeah, like,
this would have been a perfect time for one of those vintage, like, Carlito just mean faces, like, huh?
Nah, definitely, bro. I miss his presence too. I forgot what video package it was. I think it was the Damian Priest on SmackDown. I seen Carlito's fro getting the South. I was like, oh man, I miss Carlito.
And you see WWE try to blur out his face. We know that damn afro.
But in that backstage, after Raquel, tells Stephanie she's next, we get that backstage segment. Liv then tells Roxanne she's gonna be ringside for her match.
That's not all she said.
Elaborate.
While Raquel goes after the women's world title, we'll go after the tag titles. Now, call me crazy, I would not mind seeing them match up together. There might be something there. A whole lot of crazy.
We got to remember and I'm not saying we as in me and you, I'm saying the fans got to remember Roxanne kind of came in as the wild card. Mm-hmm. So I like her place right now in the, like, we don't really know where she's going to side. She's got Finn to worry about. Let's say if he still got something to do with her in the group, because he brought her in.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on right there.
And then what got me at the very end was Dom and Finn just going, they're getting along pretty well. Like all their bullshit is now water on the bridge now.
Oh wait. I mean, yeah, they did seem a bit friendly. They had that moment laughing about the masked man taking out Ray also. It's just I enjoy how the Judgment Day still has a story, like because they were one of my favorite factions alongside of the Bloodline. So I like that there's still something relatively going on with them, and I think everything the only thing that felt like it drags on sometimes is Finn. Like I feel like they don't know what they want to do with Finn, but
Yeah.
because he's not the hottest thing in the group, respectfully, I feel like that's okay. Like I like how him and JD be looking to get the tag titles and establish dominance for their group.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy that for them. So yeah, I'm excited to see where their storyline go. Roxanne took the victory over Lyra. Lyra. I
It's
like.
okay. We can zoom back past that too. It's okay.
Nah, I just like you're a pretty female. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you, but I just feel like I don't buy into the character. The over animated selling, the not being able to, because this isn't the first time that something went wrong in her match, and I feel like there's that awkward moment. We seen it where her hands was tied with Becky Lynch. She put her hands in real with like on that moment when she tried to jump through the ropes, and it was just like I just felt like I don't know. I think they threw her in the deep end and they did that with the wrong person. Like I don't think she was ready yet to go to the main roster and do half the stuff they had her do there.
They brought her up because of the good matches she had with Roxanne and Becky Lynch in NXT. That's probably it. Nothing more than that, unfortunately.
No, and I feel that, but I'm gonna be honest. To be clear, I feel like it still wasn't enough, like
I
to
agree.
warrant. Oh, we gotta bring her up this quick. Like I could see why with Stephanie, like she made rounds fast. I could see why
Even
with
Julia.
Tiffany, yeah, Julia.
But the difference between like Stephanie, Julia, Jade, they all had that star power to them. Can we say that about Lara? Not really. Is she talented in the ring? Yes, she's talented, but also very unsure of herself at times, in key moments at that.
It may not be her fault, but it feels like that overly done babyface shit where it's like, again, like I stated earlier, that over animated when you selling.
Is it time to retire the Bird Lady and go into a new gimmick?
Of course. Like I feel like she's representing for a section of people that aren't there. Like I feel like she's representing for a section of people that aren't there.
What needs to happen is Charlotte Flair needs to whoop her ass for butchering her. Woo!
And where's Becky from? With Ireland? She's from the same.
They're both from like the same neighborhood type thing. So, yeah.
Right, so you got both of them on the same brand. Becky went over in the feud.
It's funny. Her and Becky from the same region, and JD and Finn are from, or I think like their grandparents or neighbors or something like that.
And then I'm gonna be honest, like just off the look alone, Becky looked more like somebody from Ireland with the orange hair, obviously, or the brown from time to time. But Lever don't even like. I don't know. Like again, like
I want to see you dig yourself out of this one.
no, I'm just saying if you selling me on what's her character and it's not representative of, I don't see it. Like we know Sheamus, like we can see the Celtic Warrior, like you know what I'm saying, like We know what that's about. What the hell is the I don't know.
You know what you give me flashbacks of right now?
I don't know.
I forget what show it was on. It's an in-ring segment between Sheamus, Vladimir Kozlov, and our buddy, our pal Santino Marella, and they're having tea time. And this is early in Sheamus' career, and they're referencing to Sheamus' skin complexion, calling him milky, some other stuff like that. Ultimately, Sheamus beats up Santino and all that. But you kind of give me little flashbacks of that, kind of dancing
Not
around
ultimately,
the
yeah. Now
culture.
that you mentioned Sheamus, I think she needs a mean streak. Like when you think of Ireland, you think of toughness, you think of Fit Finley, you think of Sheamus, you think of Becky Lynch. Lyra does not like there's times where she gives some hard strikes, sure. But the character is not screaming toughness to me. It's not screaming grit. That's
Dakota
all I'm trying to
Kai
get
have
at.
over mean streak than her.
Yes. You just
But
need a
then,
mean
but that,
streak.
but then again, I think a newborn puppy has more of a mean streak than Lara Valkyria, if you ask me.
Yeah, bro. Like imagine
But
like
also with this
it's
program,
crazy.
I think we're all waiting for the obvious, and that's for Bailey to go off on her. That's what we're all waiting for, unfortunately.
Something that happened there, or maybe for Lyra to, you know what, get tired of this shit and break out and with this mean streak like that. This would be the perfect time. You
Now,
getting
if
strung
if if if,
along.
if Lara turns on Bailey, that would probably be even funnier. But yeah, something's got to happen.
Uh, I was that match kind of lost me. This is where the pace started going a little bit down for me, but then they
Like I
picked it
said,
back
Raw
up.
was doing a lot of this, and
Yeah,
this match was more on this side.
definitely. They bring us to the main event. We get
And
Braun Breaker.
before we get to this, did you notice that at the start time when they announced that the main event was up next,
No, I didn't.
it was almost 45 minutes till the
Cover.
usual end of the show.
Remember, I was watching late, so I was kind of
Right?
like
Yeah.
all
Right.
over the
Right.
place.
So at the
Yeah.
time when they announced the main event was roughly 40 to 45 minutes before the usual end of the show. So I was like, I was thinking to myself, there is no way they're letting these folks go 30 minutes. This is LA and for crying out loud. You're gonna let them go 30 minutes in the main event of Raw?
Mm.
Logan Paul could probably do it, but we really gonna let this happen? So I already anticipated, okay, we're gonna get some bullshit at the very end.
Damn. But something told me though, I'm like, because even in that time when I was watching, I felt like, damn, this match it kind of ended too soon. Like, what are they gonna do at the end? And I was like, huh, this
Yeah.
is a different way to end a promo, going to the back, then cut back to the promo. But we'll get into that because we got the
Now,
main event.
now,
You know
now,
what I'm
if
saying?
I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't these two have a match at last year's SummerSlam for the U.S. title?
They fought for the US title.
And that was on the very SummerSlam that I stated on this show that was better than WrestleMania, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so because I was like, I knew they fought somewhat moderately recently. I was because that was the show in Cleveland, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Okay. So I knew that they were gonna have some good chemistry. It's just again maybe it's just me with LA Knight matches. Less is always gonna be more beneficial for him. Like less time, I mean, because if you're gonna give him a long run time, he's gonna want to bust out all of his shit, and we know he's not the most pristine in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I felt like they had a pretty standard match.
It
I
was
felt like,
okay,
yeah,
but for me, what threw me off was how much time's left in the show. I knew there's something up, and lo and behold, we see the second coming of the Masked Man in a very awkward curb stomp on the announce table.
it kind of feels too like a little bit like I think since I'm not used to seeing Logan Paul out there on a weekly basis doing a regular like or just have a main event match on the Raw, it kind of felt like what's gonna
That this,
happen here?
and this wasn't his best match either. I would say because he's usually fairly consistent in the ring.
is it fair to say that he may face a challenge on a week-to-week basis, putting together matches, as to where he may have a whole month to plan a match, work on his shit?
And I'm not mad if the first part is more of the plan moving forward, because it's I'm a firm believer that if he honest to God wants to be full time, all right, let's put him through the ringer. Let's see how he adapts. I have all the confidence that he will adapt, and I'm
Yeah.
very much entertained by this character he's portraying with the Vision these days. It's just what's throwing me off is the hell we're gonna do with this mask man thing. Be-
Yeah, it seems a
yeah.
bit weird to me. The inclusion twice. We touched on it to open the show. You got the masked man interrupting Rey Mysterio earlier as he was getting beat up, and now you got him at the main event, and then it looks kind of comical in the end. To be honest, like I'd rather something more severe. Like he should have just stomped his head right there on the table. And then Logan Paul has to come out back to the ring, roll him in.
Yeah.
But
But again,
it ends up happening, but it was just like the stomping on the hand. I don't know.
but as we learned, this was just the appetizer of what was to come. Because yes, there was a good amount of time left on the air. I don't know if it showed up because you said you watched it on the Slack Rewind. Did you see a gray bar at the bottom that says this live stream has ended?
Nah.
Okay, so we got that, but there was still about 5-10 minutes left in the show. It was it was like an awkward it was like an awkward hiccup, but almost by design. It was very weird. But there was a gray bar at the very bottom lower third that says the live stream has ended, but they're still going on. This is right before the last commercial break, I think, too, which was very strange. But after the match, you have a TV guy come to Heyman. Heyman's telling him, "You can do whatever you want. We're still gonna be talking on the mic." So that last commercial break was a little bit shorter than what it usually is. Um, I don't know what was said in those 2.5 minutes beforehand, because it was for the audience. I'm sure it's on Twitter now. That part of the promo, but we're hyping up January 5th, CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, as we should. Now, mind you, there's no side of this masked man whatsoever. So again, whose side is he on? We don't know. What's his motive? We don't know. Is there more than one person? We don't know. But what do you think of Braun's promo this go around versus what we heard from him last week?
I think he's trying to up the shock value of what he said tonight. He delivered in terms of like standing on business, the emphatic energy behind his voice, the sternness. But I just think it was done nothing more than shock value. Oh, I'm gonna end up taking your wife. Like,
Aside from that one line, I think he was trying too hard. He was trying
yeah,
to recapture the holy shit moment that he was getting last week when people found out he could talk. And this go around, so I like when he gets so pent up with intensity that he starts stuttering and stumbling over his words. I like when he does that because he's showing how intense he can be, to where it's like words can't describe the things I'm going to do when I rip your fucking head off.
it's kind of real too. Like sometimes when you in a heated argument, you're not
You
gonna
get
say everything
flustered.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, but you mother.
Hmm.
You might just say the same words a few more times, and you know what I'm saying. So I totally understand that. I like that about him too. That it kind of gives that realism to it. What I don't like is how they do him dirty a bit. Like they show LA Knight on the screen for whatever reason. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not done.
Let's bounce to that real quick before I wrap up with this promo, because was it did this remind you of something that we saw about a year and change ago?
Oh, Braun Strowman and
Uh-huh.
Bronson, yeah.
No, not Bronson.
It wasn't them two.
It was Braun and a certain bald individual.
Oh, and the Ricochet stuff.
Yeah, this reminded me of that a little bit.
It gave me more of the moment when Bronson Reed jumped off the truck or whatever onto Braun Breaker when he was on the car and the shit exploded. And it made me think, like, damn, y'all just ain't give a fuck about the budget. All you heard was the car alarm go,
And
like,
sure, that car battery was dead too.
bro. It seemed like that car, like y'all jumped on the wrong car, or something. Like that wasn't even the car y'all supposed to jump on. Like nothing happened. Like the hood ain't, like the top of the roof ain't. Got, like,
so I told Pierce, boss, they got the wrong car. But what I'm getting at was this kind of like, now the reason I bring this up is do you happen to see Mr. Solomonster's little tweet about this particular subject?
Mm-mm.
Get the shovel.
Oh man.
This was LNS burial. Sayonara.
I mean, I did interpret it like, oh, they're gonna give him some time off with the way they unceremoniously did him, but put him through the table, put him on top of the car, splash
Logan Paul
Nami.
telling him, "You tripping, bro? You tripping?"
Yeah, nah, it looked like for the foreseeable future, they writing off LA Knight, unless they're just gonna have him back next week with no bandages. And I wouldn't be surprised at that either.
Which is a very LNS thing to do.
Yeah, no ace band around the ribs. No,
he'll pull up in the Slim Jim mobile. Yeah,
like
but
nothing happened.
But again, now that bullshit all the way back to this promo from Braun Breaker. Was this the mic excellence he did last week? No. Was it good, decent? Yeah. Where they should have cut off entirely off the air was when he's doing the spear 1, 2, 3 over and over, and you notice his voice kept getting calmer and calmer. That's when you go off the air. You just zoom in right into his eyes. He's going 1, 2, 3, and then just cut it right there. It'd have been money, or somewhere along the lines of that. With that being said, the line where he just says, "I might take your wife," hilarious.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, he's going crazy now. But I just didn't see the to me, outside of writing LA Knight off, which they could have did before Braun Breaker got into his promo. I don't understand why interrupt his promo to show all of that on screen, to then have him finish his promo, and then while he's still finishing it, you pan to the back. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
it just felt very weird.
It took a lot of gas off of what Braun was trying to work with.
Yeah, and then it did just that. Like, let's say his promo could have went whatever. Let's say if last week, or I don't even compare last week. Let's say his promo was fucking 30 seconds, right? All in all, what he said. With all of that going on, it made it feel like you went 2 minutes longer than what you were supposed to. Like, it just felt like you went longer. Like, It felt like a run-on promo where you told us the wife line. Boom.
This is the song that doesn't end, and it goes on and on, my friend.
It very much felt that way. Because I would have been good with all of that in one continuous. To get interrupted was very, like, bizarre. And then I felt like he didn't even. I felt like Braun Breaker kind of felt like what's going on? Like,
yeah, it threw him off a little bit. Yeah. Now, where I would love to have been a fly on the wall is, while I'm assuming Heyman was instructing Braun on how to do this promo, how many times did Heyman tell him, "You can say whatever you want, just don't mention the damn dog. Say whatever you want, just leave Blair's name out of your mouth, because I do not want that phone call." But
it was a very interesting way to end Raw division standing tall once again to end the show. Braun Breaker in the ring calling his shot. Logan Paul, Bronson Reed on the attack on the outside.
And we're 4 weeks from Braun Breaker versus CM Punk.
Mm.
This Saturday is the last time is now.
Two things.
Uh-oh.
Are you excited? And do you think it's going to be exactly what he said it's going to be? Spear 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so am I excited? Am I excited for the show this weekend or the show in January?
January. Punk versus Braun Breaker. Does Braun Breaker versus CM Punk? Maybe am I comparing this unfairly? Is Braun Breaker versus CM Punk a year later as exciting as Seth Rollins versus Punk in a cage match, or Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa Ulafala match?
Well, right out the gate, this is going to be much better than that Bloodline Rules match because that amounted to absolutely nothing.
No,
I'm hopeful
hold
that
on, but take away what it amounts to, what did it amount to? Because we don't know what this is going to amount to yet. I'm talking about the excitement that one had for that night in time, and what we're gonna potentially have for this one.
again, I still have this matchup between Punk and Breaker ahead of that.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's no knock on the magic that the Bloodline produced over the last 5+ years. It's just one of those things to where, yes, you could say that this match unfortunately stumbled in their lap due to unforeseen circumstances, but this you kind of have the best case scenario that's falling in their laps because we could easily, and I hope this happens. If this doesn't, then WWE has a big problem. If we're not christening Braun Breaker as the World Heavyweight Champion January 5th at the Barclays Center, what are we doing? Because Punk really doesn't need the belt unless Roman's going to take it off of him.
We're finding out where the Masked Man stands if he doesn't win. To answer your question,
And again, that may be the only saving grace. But again, you have to move very meticulously so that way that doesn't.
because remember when we did the show about when did Braun Breaker first win his IC belt? It was 2 years ago at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
And we called it. We said, yo, he's gonna not win that Money in the Bank.
I said it was going to be the fastest show in the car or the fastest match in the car, and I was pretty damn close.
You called that, but remember when I was like, Money in the Bank is not it, and we all agree, SummerSlam moment.
Yep.
Does something kind of similar happen where winning a championship on a Raw, or could he benefit from winning it at a Royal Rumble better?
Now, now remember, Rumble this year I think is in Saudi, is it not?
Yes. Is it this year? It is this year, isn't it?
Yeah. We can both agree that Mania is too far away for him to win the world title, correct?
Yeah.
So I mean, Rumble, you could probably get away with it under certain circumstances, but for sure, you kind of have to pull the trigger January 5th.
Because then it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
he's on he's on a streak right now. This guy's he's on fire. Yeah. I love CM Punk. But CM Punk, you know, all these performances that he's turned in, the competitors of today, they big, they're fast, they're powerful.
I hate to beat a dead horse with this, but let's use one of Roman's old analogies real quick. Does Punk really want to walk around holding the second place trophy? Or do you want the big one?
I think Punk wants that Cody match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just him. We all want that match. Yeah. Not just that. Just imagine that. You could still throw in Randy in there. You still throw in Roman in there. You could still have Seth in there. You still have Drew in there. But let's get the new kid this belt. It's going to do much more for him than it's going to do for you, Punk.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I could get with that program. What you talking about right there, bro? Preach, bro. I could get behind that right there. You know what I'm saying? Look at this chat. We done had a moment, man. It's not too many times where we agree on this show, but we got one here, y'all. We was able to make a you know what I'm saying, a warm bonding moment. Look at us. Look at us go.
It's the holiday season. What can I say?
But yeah, man. I want to see where things go because I think we've been calling it. Some people been saying I'm impatient, but I'm talking about in the landscape where your top stars are getting injured. We're putting it back on folks that we took the belt off in the first place to further another story. Why not just throw them in the deep end, baby, and let's see what's going to happen?
Let me dig a little deeper, if I will.
Yeah.
If you really want to think about it, how many of the current stars of today part timers?
How many of the current stars, top
Yeah,
stars, or
Roman's
regular?
a part timer. Rock's a part timer. Brock's a part timer. Randy, he's 50-50. Cody will probably start being a part timer very soon. Punk's probably gonna ease on into being a part timer. And these are massive, not only stars, but box office names. These are names that you put that on the marquee, you better expect a sellout off of these names alone. And it's time to, we have some of the newer crop that we believe as fans are ready for that next step, where it be a Dom, or it be a Braun Breaker, whether it be some of the ladies like Rhea, Liv, some these newer stars. Let's start giving them more of the workload, as John Cena wants to put it, as with this weekend's show. Let's see if this new crop of the future can get us to the next level. This core group of guys brought the $1 billion Netflix deal. Can this group lock in the Saudi deal from a business standpoint?
I'm there with you, and I also while you speaking, and I'm thinking I would like, and it'd be far, maybe 5 years from now, maybe even that. WWE needs to stop treating NXT as if it's his development.
That should have changed 10 years ago, if you ask me. But
Because part of it is true, yes, there's some, but then there's part of it like you're taking away from the era that was like, who cares if they came from AEW, New Japan? These guys know how to wrestle on just show them on the fly, like bring them in. Sending them to NXT sometimes not devalues them, but it kind of do in a sense if you're keeping them for too
it,
long.
yes, it does devalue them, because who would be a decent example?
Ethan Page, I mean, almost. Any of these guys that come from AEW, I'm sorry, they were in the ring on the men's side. Jay Cargill's a different case. The female division wasn't what it may be looking like now, but the men's division had a lot of you got Hall of Famers, dudes that was killing the indie. There was a lot of good work over there. So how Ethan Page was at TNA too, like he was already on TV, like.
Ethan Page, again, if AEW wasn't around yet, he probably would have been the closest thing to the next indie darling, because he was just starting to catch steam.
What's my man?
Him as Tidy Porter, Josh Alexander.
Nah, Todd Dillinger. What's his name now? His real
Sean Spears.
Sean Spears. Like he's another one that I feel like he's no longer the perfect 10, but his character now, his work, like we could use something like that on the main roster. Even that group he running with, just something like that entity. We could use something like that. Y'all throw him in NXT for a whole been like a year now. Like, what are we doing?
Been no longer than that.
Yeah, you see, like dudes like Brian Pillman's son. I can understand that when he was in AEW, they didn't really have him in there with the names like that. They don't have him on Dark and Elevation and shit like so. He wasn't getting
I was
the reps
gonna
of
say,
some of
because
those.
before he sat there when MLW just scooped him up, he was fresh out of Landstorm training school.
Yeah, so it's like I could see why they'll throw Alexis King to NXT and keep working on him. There's certain cases that it fits the bill. Look at Stephanie Vaquer. There's no reason. Why would y'all imagine keeping her down there still to the point where it's like,
Was she
look at
even
the
down? Was her and Julie even on the NXT for a year?
Nah. I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like no.
I felt like maybe 6 to 9 months, something like that. They did the bare minimum. And another thing, what's going on with Jordan Grace? That's another one that they could be using on the main roster. I mean, I'm happy Sol Ruka's getting a shot this weekend, but there's other veterans down there that I would assume would have been on the main roster by now.
And to tie the knot on my point about saying all of that is because I feel like Raw and SmackDown can benefit from having. I think that's why Dom is so over too, because he's younger. He could relate to the crowd more. They can have him do more younger shit. He's one of the young cats on the roster. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
Like we'll think somebody's, we think this person is like in their late 20s. Then you look at the shit, you be like, damn, this motherfucker's 36, 38. Like, damn. Time flies on you. Yeah, he was that age when you first might have got put on an NXT and this and that. Then it's like all the time they holding them. They're on the main roster. They 38 now, bro. They talking about retiring in a few years. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, we seen the Hardy Boys out there with Michael Hayes, dog, like learning on the fly. Before they got with the Brood, it was Michael Hayes.
What's it? Didn't Jeff Hardy wrestle Scott Hall when he was like 15, 16 years old?
Yeah. Granted, it's a different time. You can't do that now.
But even in the old NXT days, how long was Bayley on NXT before she finally got called up?
Right, like if you know that Javon Evans is the young OG, right? And this is just me spitballing shit right here, just going off the top. I would have probably paired him with somebody that's maybe on the main roster that can match his athleticism, like a Montez Ford. Okay, Ford might not be ready for the singles division. Keep him in the tag team. All right, Dawkins, go like respectfully find yourself too. We know what Ford could do. Good, he's very athletic, this and that. Dawkins is too, but he had to work more to prove his point.
Yep.
Ford, it's like because he did it, nigga.
More natural.
Yes, it's more natural. So you pair him up with a Javon Evans, it could be a young, fun combo. Like, it could make Montez Ford even have a new enthusiasm. Like, you already know Ford is silly. He is a silly cat. Like, imagine having a Javon Evans with him. Or even if they want to keep both of them. I think the whole grouping thing with the Street Profits hasn't done them well. Like, just try to pair them with B-Fab, with Bobby Lashley, with, like, it's just, I don't know. But I'm just, again, I was just spitballing shit. Like, Javon Evans is a good example. Like, okay, we know he can go. He's a little ambitious, sure, but he understands it.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a guy that it's obvious that WWE is taking a high liking to him because think about it, he's already had a match with Randy. He's going to be featured on John Cena's final event or whatever you want to list it at. He was in the tournament in a match against Gunther. So it's obvious that he's going to be one of the main guys of the next 10, 20 years. Just, can he stay healthy?
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what we got to look forward to. Like you said, now the more eyes is on Saturday. But I'm talking past Saturday. We know what Saturday is about. I feel like you said it's going to be more next month. We're waiting until next month. There's no PLE at the end of this month.
And the Rumble is end of January, is it not?
Yeah.
I mean, no. We got I think another Saturday's main event in Montreal in January.
What is that? A week before the Rumble or something?
It's like 1 or 2 weeks before the Rumble. It's in Montreal.
So the Royal Rumble will take place on Saturday, January 31st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Oh my time, that shit just gave me chills to feel like we just got reports on that like 2 years ago.
What day did you say?
The 31st of January.
Okay. So the week before January 24th will be Saturday's main event.
They got to do something because that shit. I don't know what they about to build up with that. Like,
what's the update on Kevin Owens? I'm just thinking, who has been out long enough to where they're close to coming back? Because, like I said, this is the time of year that a lot of folks are coming back because I thought Liv Morgan would have been back next month. She's back now. Gable should be back either now or Rumble times. I would hope. Same with Kevin Owens. Hopefully, we may get a random LA Knight return then if he's not back next Monday.
That's what I was thinking. Like, low, you know.
Again, if we're not getting NXT names or even TNA AAA names, it's like this may be a very, I don't want to say a boring Rumble, but a very anticlimactic Rumble because yes, we may see like the Roman Reigns, maybe the Brock Lesnar's, maybe a Seth Rollins, stuff like that. Actually, Seth is rumored to be out until just before Mania. We may see Jericho. I don't know. Very slim pickings, and the Rumble is 2 months away.
I don't know why. I'm kind of excited a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to get there, but I'm trying to at the same time understand where WWE is taking this ship, and we're definitely going deeper into a newer unknown. It's just again like we know how good it could be, but also we know how lackluster it can be at the same time. And it's like I don't want to say looking for the happy medium, but it's like how do we maximize the excitement and still get to the promised land?
I say this. I feel like the Saudi people pay good money to WWE or whatever, and they do matches like borderline dream matches for them. So I'm interested to see how a standalone regular WWE pay per view like Royal Rumble, like this is a landmark PLE. It's not one of those ones that they made up Crown Jewel. It's not one of these made up PLEs for Saudi. This is
Again,
an actual
Big Four for a
Rumble.
reason.
Yes. So I'm looking at this a bit different than the previous Saudi shows that, oh, the greatest Royal Rumble. That didn't count for nothing.
No. This is the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble.
And is it 1 night or is it 2 nights yet?
I think it's one. I think it's one. I'm trying to look for tickets. I'm at WWE.com right now looking for tickets. Elimination Chamber Saturday. Elimination Chamber Saturday, February 28th. The Montreal one you just mentioned. SummerSlam 2 nights, Minneapolis, August 1st, August 2nd.
Again, we'll see.
And that was for the end of the month. Road to Royal Rumble. Okay, so they're gonna be doing the live tours. They're picking up more dates, but that's nothing new. We spoke about that during the holiday season, even leading up to WrestleMania. This is normal.
This is the usual end of the year stuff.
They're just gonna be overseas a lot, which means the timing for us is gonna be fucked. Like January 19th is gonna be out of Belfast, Ireland. SmackDown on January 16th is gonna be out of London, England. January 12th, Raw is gonna be out of Dusseldorf, Germany. January 9th, SmackDown is gonna be out of Berlin, Germany. And these are all after the shows of after they finish the Brooklyn show on Monday Night Raw, they're going on overseas.
Well, you said they could have all the shows.
Yeah. Have them. The crowd make it more exciting. And it is easier to watch sometimes.
basically, we're probably not gonna get any noteworthy shows until Mania. Wait, where's the Chamber at?
Chambers in Chicago.
Okay, so
They already got the promotional picture for that too.
Yeah.
Got Braun Breaker on the cover, CM Punk. I should say on the poster, the promotional work.
Yeah, because it's hometown.
Let me see if I can actually save the image and put it on this illustrious screen for us here. Let's see what the price is like.
Too much,
right? Okay, so this is pardon. I guess I don't know. Resolution was a bit small, but this is straight off a WWE website, off their ticket section. It's a bit interesting to see Tiffy on that since she hasn't been on programming. They still featuring Jay there. That might change soon with what we've seen. Maybe not.
You would
no
think,
Roman.
You would think that they would have at least Jade with the
Hold on.
title.
Hold the fuck on.
What'd you find?
Nah, don't tell me they're gonna switch it up this year, bro.
What?
I'm thinking, okay, both champions are here on the cover. It's either one of them loses it, because remember the Chamber's been used as now a path to the other championship at WrestleMania. Oh, if you ain't win the Rumble, you win the Chamber.
Yeah. So like I said, I got Braun winning, and I have Punk winning the Chamber to challenge Cody at Mania. That's my way too early prediction right now.
Now, does Cody defend his shit just to be cheeky? Do they have two men's chamber matches?
The women will get one too. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm WWE, just to set the IWC ablaze, I probably have. See, again, just purely me wanting chaos. This is where I would book Cody Roman 3. Basically anywhere but Mania. I could also see a world in which
we may be huge.
Yeah, it is.
I'll go energy gonna be, especially if they do this right. This is the road to WrestleMania we talking about. This is after Royal Rumble. Thanks.
Yeah, but look.
I mean, let's talk about what happened last year. They had a fire match, and both sides, the women and the men's, fire moments. Jade Cargill coming back, Naomi. Oh my god, the fucking guy shit was Cena seeing CM Punk head get stomped by Rollins, taking advantage of that moment. That was the first glimpse of the but I get why you said, because it was the ending of the Chamber stuff that fucked off. Yeah, but I'm looking at the match itself. The matches, they were dope to me.
So again, the Chamber matches as a whole, yes, they were a sight to see. What followed, unfortunately, for the Mania build for most titles is what still leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Right. Cody coming out, and all the jazz that led up after that.
And again, you and I are from the era in which the road to WrestleMania between beginning of the year until Mania, that's supposed to be the biggest time for WWE. It's where all the surprises happen, anything and everything could happen.
That's why I think they almost got to knock this one out the park, bro, because the Elimination Chamber match in itself, it's not like War Games. It's not like Hell in a Cell. We haven't been putting smut on this one where we like, oh, they need to go away with the PLE. We need to find the right. I feel like
this. Yeah, this is the one stipulation.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, because Money in the Bank is a maybe, but for the most part, this is the one stipulation that they haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah, like I think they got a chance to do right. Wipe away what happened.
If anything, they made it better by adding the stipulation to the winner of this gets the opposing champion that the Rumble winner gets.
That's what I love about the scenario, that they found the way to like Before I was trained to people defending their championship in there. Now it's kind of, it could be, I mean, to my knowledge, it's not one is cemented over the other. So anything can happen still, in my opinion. I think I'm still on board with you where it's like this is the path leading towards the other championship. I think that's the landscape where WWE has us at. I'm okay with that. Let me see what other boom we got Indianapolis March 2nd, April, Saturday 18th and 19th. That's the Vegas.
Yeah, that's Mania.
So they have Boston, St. Louis, North Carolina, Indianapolis, Kentucky, Atlanta.
The usual cities.
Yep. Yes, I guess, I mean, maybe you got to go through certain channels to get these Royal Rumble tickets. I don't know if they're even available yet. I'm just trying to look for some promotional artwork, honestly.
We
like
probably won't see that until maybe Christmas. Unless you can get some early access codes on Ticketmaster or something like that.
Because I do think, and especially in this day and age, I feel like the promotional work for WWE it kind of is telling of where the product was going. It was kind of like when they released the poster of Roman Reigns being in the Australia show they did.
Mm-hmm.
They had him on the poster before a match was even announced.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think I touched on everything I needed to touch on for tonight's episode. You feel like you missed anything, or you know what I'm saying, you want to touch on anything before we get out of here?
No, we good.
If you want to tap in with us more, you can go follow us down below. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, keep us in your thoughts, because the more this goes around, get us in your algorithm, the better it's going to be for everybody to tap in and hit the conversation while we live, baby. Y'all can tap in when we not live, but if you want to jump in when we're live, baby, tap in with us, man. Your boy HD, K. Wallace Frazier, my brother Razor.